episode of The Grind, and I have here
Brandon, aka B Strip, Coach B. Nice to meet you guys.
Coach.
You're
the first coach ever. What kind of coach? Life coach?
It's crazy.
Coach?
I feel like coaches are everywhere.
They are.
They're kind of ordering down my name a little bit. Nah, but yeah, just coaches, just whatever needs to get the job done. Nah, but I coach in sports.
You mean mentor?
Nah, I coach in sports. Well, it all comes together, right? No, but I coach in sports. I coach in sports. So I've been coaching in sports since I was 18. And sometimes that is part of mentorship, right? Because you have to guide people in the right direction or, teach them values. Right. But just athletic coach.
Athletic coach. First athletic coach ever in this podcast. How does that make you feel?
Amazing. Okay.
What kind of sport or sports do you coach?
I coach the orange. Nah, I coach basketball. Okay. So I'm a basketball coach.
All right.
Yes. Right.
All right. Yeah. So that means you were good, and then you gave up, so you started coaching.
No, actually, I still play right now, so I do both. So I'm still good, and I still coach.
But are you better than Curry? 1-on-1, you and Curry, who would win?
I'm gonna say what the people want to hear. Curry's gonna win.
Why is that? Should always be me. I win. I would win. You should have the confidence that it's you that's gonna win.
Yeah. Well, I said I'm gonna say what the people want to hear. I didn't tell you what I.
I gotta see this happen. Now I'm interested. I'm emotionally invested to see who would win, Mr. B or Curry. Come on, let's. If that were to happen, that would be a dream come true for me.
Amazing. Well, dreams do come true.
They do. So
that might happen. It might happen.
I would love to see that. We just have to keep grinding.
Of course. That's what it's about. Grind mode. All day.
Yeah, so
yep.
Keep going about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm from the Bay. We're in the Bay. I like to say I'm a Bay Area representative. Overall, I'm a Cali representative. I went to University of California.
Berkeley.
No. What's after that one? The closest one after that
Davis.
one. We're a smart one here. Good.
Oh, scholar!
Yeah, I went to UC Davis.
My photo guy over there is also a UC Davis.
Crazy.
Graduate, right? You graduated?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Scary. Well, yeah, I graduated. So, I went to UC Davis. Did my thing.
Respect.
Appreciate it.
I'm a college dropout myself. I went to DVC for 2 years and I said, fuck this shit. I want to go into filmmaking and working, and I never looked back ever since.
It's amazing. So I played against DVC, and then I actually studied film at Davis.
Okay.
Called it full circle.
Right? So you're a film person that went to school for it.
I kind of do what you do, but just better.
Ooh! Burn! I can't have nobody in this table that isn't better than me, you guys. So what makes you better than me?
That's where that Curry statement earlier put me on the table.
Ooh!
So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What makes me better than you? Well, you said I'm your first sports coach, so I've had that. I do my own film, and I do my own independent editing. I don't have a team. What's up, guys? Right? I am my own team. I am my own force. I've been doing it. So, yeah.
Love it. Much. You got the whole coach on me. That's true.
Well, I do many things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You asked me one thing, and I told you one thing, but everybody knows me out there.
I respect it.
I do many things,
I am a big team person. I like to work in teams. I feel like it makes my life easier.
Yeah. I just like to get the job done. So if it needs a team, give me a team. If it needs me, it needs me. But, usually, sometimes, like I said, people slow you down. I'm a guy who moves at a certain type of pace.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It's game time every day for me. So, stay in the clutch.
Okay. I respect that.
Thank you.
Finally, somebody in the fucking room who's more ambitious than me. Respect.
Dang,
fucking respect.
You're calling out my fellow Aggie man, huh?
Woo.
It's crazy being ambitious. That's a lot of money he paid.
Anyway.
Yes.
Moving forward.
Yes.
So tell me just about, bring it back, your childhood, maybe even what gave you the courage to do sports and
Yeah.
get you a little bit of you, a background of you.
Yeah, so my childhood it was a little different. You know, my parents died. My grandparents died before I was 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So it already made me ambitious, you know. I felt like I had to have goals, I had to have dreams.
Your grandparents raised you?
My grandfather did. Like I said, my grandparents died, so on both sides. But my grandfather raised me until he died as well. So yes. So.
Are your parents in the picture?
They died when I was 6 years old.
Oh, not your grandparents.
Both.
Damn.
My parents and my grandparents both. Yeah, they both died when I was like 7.
Holy
Not
fuck.
when I was 7, but you know, they trickled.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah. And so yeah. So like that. So like I said, my childhood was different. You know what I mean? It was really different. Obviously, I didn't have parents around, so it's a different type of way that you grow up. You know, you got.
So were you in the foster care or?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. My grandfather got me from the court system, so I was awarded the court, and yeah, he took care of me until he passed away, and then I kind of been I wouldn't say, you know, I kind of have my own place and you know my own things since I was like 17.
Siblings and stuff, or just?
My family's tight, a little tight, kind of. We were tight in the family when I was growing up. So my cousins were like, you know, I consider them like my brothers. My uncles, I consider them like, you know, like not father figures, but like mentors, everything like that, you know. So like that type of thing. My aunts,
Right.
you know, we're very close. Or we were close growing up. So yeah, and we kind of spread out as pretty much as I say after I was in high school, everyone kind of spread out.
Okay.
But growing up, we were close. So yeah.
But losing all those people, has that affected you in any way?
Yeah, it's made me focus, and it's made me, you know, you just understand the way the world works, right? I can tell you that, and I can be a little kid, right? And I still get no second chances, you know? And you see other people get second chances, third chances. So it just helps you realize, you know what I mean, what you're going against. It just prepares you for life, you know what I'm saying? So like, I was always ready, emotionally, like, you know what I mean? I was ready for the journey, the path, the fight, the grind. I've been ready for it, you know, because of those things. So you just know what you're going up against.
Right. Well, I recently lost my folks, and I have a hard time coping with it.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
So you know, so hearing you that it affects you, but not as much as me. But maybe because it's more recent for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it does affect me, you know. But again, like when it happens when you're a kid, you kind of, you know, you kind of, you're aware of it, but you're not really aware of it. As you grow older, that's really because you can't get questions answered anymore, you know. They're gone, so you have to figure things out, or maybe you think one way and it's not the truth, right? So you just find out things, you know what I mean? But of course it affects me, you know what I'm saying? Like usually your parents, they guide you, they protect you, you can call them, right? You can do those things, right? When I make accomplishments, right, I call my other phone, right? I call myself, you know what I mean? So just things like that. Like, of course it affects you, but like I said, you know, you got to realize that, like, you got to stay on your journey, you know what I mean? As you guys know in life, as you get older, right, you don't get so many opportunities. So you got to cash in on them. If your mind's not right, the opportunity's gone. So it does affect me, but I'm also well aware of, you know, what it takes.
What is the hardest thing you have gone through, either personally or career-wise?
Career-wise. Personally, let's talk about what's going on nowadays. What's going on nowadays, you know? So I told you, I'm from California. I'm from the Bay. But I kind of been out of here the last 8 to 10 years. I've been overseas.
Okay.
So just coming back here or just being overseas and hearing things about, you know, my hometown or America or how things have changed after COVID, before COVID, and then coming back and seeing people's attitudes.
Back up.
Yeah.
Where overseas and why were you overseas?
Yeah. Well, back up. Let's back up there. We're going to back it up. Let's back it up.
Back it up.
Let's back it up. We're going to back it up. We're going to back it up.
We need to know.
We need to know, do we?
We need to know.
Yeah.
I need the juice.
I'm trying to be incognito over here. You know, I came over here incognito. It's actually my first interview. I'm like this, you know, but I like trying things out. You know what I'm saying? So, everywhere, but mainly Asia. Mm-hmm. So, about 7 years in Japan. From there, Vietnam, and a little bit of Australia, but 13 different countries in total.
Which one was your favorite?
They all give you a little something that you like. You know what I mean? Obviously, if I had a favorite, I wouldn't be here right now. Like overall, like one that I couldn't resist, I wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? And if America was my favorite too, I wouldn't be leaving either. So, you know, just for people that think it's the other way as well, right? So, but they're all amazing in their own way, right? I know I've been overseas enough where I know the time frames to, you know, have fun or, you know, best weather, the best this, best that. So because I know that, you know what I mean, I get the best of those countries. So for sure. So they're all their own. Anything
crazy that you saw that stood out?
Man, of course. What do you? Of course. Of course. What's crazy to you?
I don't know, like fucking a kid holding a fucking gun or people beating each other up outside.
I mean,
for no reason.
I see the real thing. You want to talk about things I've seen? I mean, last week there was a melee on my car, and it did hit my car pretty bad, you know, while I was in it. So man, my life's real. I just told you my parents died. You know what I mean? If you found out how they died, you found out it's real, right? So I seen, you know, a Yakuza stabbing, of course. Like I've seen things, man. Like of course. You know, I've seen crazy things on the regular, right? So yeah, of course. But I've seen things here too. So
here, yeah. Aside from my crazy ass.
Here.
No. I'm not trying to question anything you're saying. I just want to dig deeper. As an interviewer, my job is to get into your soul, heart, and eyes sometimes, and get stuff out of you. Good. That's so the audience is entertained and amused.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that they should be entertained by what they're hearing, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
No doubt. Sure. And if not, then I guess I gotta keep progressing, step my game up, and go travel to 13 more countries and go create more history. And
no, I'm not saying you're boring. I'm boring.
Nah, you're good. So I feel comfortable with you, so you're good, you know.
Thank you.
But I feel comfortable no matter what. I don't got nothing to hide.
Aside from the beanie and your glasses.
But I told you already, I've done interviews. In fact, I did one. Man, it's crazy actually. I guess I'm a little on fire a little bit. I did one about 3 months ago, and I just did one 3 weeks ago. And, you know, I usually have the like proper attire. That's what I'm saying, right? That's a good thing about when you have your own brand, you try things, right? I just wanted to try this look out because I feel comfortable, right? I just came outside. I came out from outside. It's a beautiful day, so I got the glasses on. I feel comfortable, so I just feel like, you know, I might as well just keep that appearance up. Yeah. So that's the only reason why. But normally, you won't catch me like this. I just feel amazing. And then I'm about to be leaving, like I told you, you know what I mean? About to be leaving where? Yeah, I'm about to go out. I'm about to leave out the country.
Again.
I told you I got to step. We got to level up. I told you I got to level up.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
And can I come?
You got a passport?
I know, and it's expired.
Yeah, I can tell.
You got me there.
Yeah, I already can tell. You look like that. You said DVC dropout, right? So
DVC dropout, passport expired. Jeez.
Yeah. But hopefully I go to Hong Kong for a little bit. Hopefully.
I feel like I would be too wild.
Yeah.
Out there in Europe, I feel like I would disrespect them by being who I actually am.
That's crazy. Because what's wrong with that?
I don't know. They're strict out there. They have a lot of rules and policies.
So what are you afraid of? We got rules out here that people break every day.
Crazy. I mean, no, I'm not like breaking the law, but like when I tap into my actual self and have fun, I might
Maybe they
go
like,
crazy.
Maybe they like that because there's not a you out there.
I doubt it. I'll probably end up locked up for a while.
Really?
Maybe that's what I need.
You ever
Get
been
locked up? No.
You ever been locked up before?
No.
Yeah.
God, no. Never. Never.
So you're
not planning on it either.
Yeah.
So I gotta stay away from
Hong Kong.
Yes.
They're gonna lock you up.
They're gonna lock me up if I leave the Grind podcast. They'll lock me up.
Gotcha. When I get over there, I'll be like, hey, yo, you know, I had this friend come in, but you know, they're kind of scared that you're gonna lock them up. So, like, can we tell her it's all good? She fly over. You think? So I got.
They'll even make more stricter rules, so I won't even come by.
Wow, just for you, huh?
Just for me, because I'm that crazy.
It sounds like you're creating history as well.
Exactly.
All right. That's
exactly.
Good.
I like that mentality.
I do. So I love it. So.
Have you been locked up?
You know what's so funny? When we were talking about this right now, I was like, please don't ask me. Please don't ask me. Right? You know, I already told you I'm a coach. I represent UC Davis, you know. And then, like, you know, one of my big things is, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know.
We all have a past.
Words and actions match up.
We all have a past.
Nah, it's not even about the past.
And we make mistakes.
Nah, you know how things are, though. People
judge, but
nah.
So do I, and we're here in the podcast.
Right.
So you don't have to answer that.
I'm gonna answer. We're gonna get to it. If you ask me officially,
I feel the more hesitant, the more the answer is clear to me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with yes. He's been locked up. He's been locked up.
Nah, I haven't. Well, I don't know.
Next subject.
Some things
right.
Have
Next
before.
subject.
All right.
You got wild. You got a little crazy.
Subject. No, I was. Nah. You
said next subject. Next subject. Case dismissed.
Remember, I said I would answer everything. I was about to answer it. We skipped it, so don't.
We'll let the audience. We'll let the audience
answer nothing. It was about to answer it. Don't hit me with that.
They could die. They could die with anticipation. But I think we know the answer here. Locked up.
I never been guilty of anything. Put it to you. Let's put it.
What
to you
is
like
it when
that.
people trying to confess their wrongdoings to me all the time on the show?
Not even guilty.
All the time. No, I think you are guilty.
Actually,
what?
You can get locked up and not be guilty.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
True. Like thank
that
you.
is true.
There's a lot of innocent people out there, and I've never been convicted of anything, and I've been, you know, innocent of everything. So,
Mr. Perfect here. Mr. Perfect.
Ouch. Yeah. Well, I mean, you ain't even been arrested, so I'm trying to get on your level, technically.
I'm a saint.
Yeah.
I'm a saint. I make the rules here, man.
That's what they all say. It's crazy. I don't know why people got to say that. Why do you think people say that? Is it like
you're saying you're innocent.
Mechanism?
You're saying you're innocent.
Yeah.
I don't have to even prove if I am innocent or not. Yeah. I'm just a saint.
You're lucky. Then you know what? You probably shouldn't be this type of color. Then maybe you wouldn't have to prove anything sometimes.
Whoa, you can't. I'm a little lighter than you.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But we go hand in hand, bro.
Oh.
Hand in hand.
Like peanut butter and jelly, huh?
Like peanut butter and jelly.
Wow, amazing. So you're about to get locked up too then next, right? Because peanut butter can't get locked up off the jelly, right? So, you know.
Moving on.
I'd
rather
tell them how close we were.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were that close.
Oh yeah. Oh, your crew?
Yeah.
You almost got your crew?
Yeah.
Damn, if you go down, you take your crew with you, huh? I see how she gets down.
No.
That's how she
I
gets
plead
down?
the fifth. I wasn't there. He's the guilty one.
Oh, well, you think that I thought you're innocent? Wait, you can't say those
I'm a rat.
things.
I'm a rat. I'm a rat. That's worse than being locked up, you guys.
Say like that. Now, who's confessing what? That's why I said.
I'm a fucking rat?
I guess.
How does that make you feel? Do you want to walk out because I'm a fucking rat?
I mean, you know, I don't really stay around with cheese, so there's no really rats around me, so I don't really.
Except for me.
You'll go away eventually too. Facts.
That's true. That's true.
It's called patience. Rats don't like it. They just wanted the cheese immediately, you know?
Right. And then they die because there's no cheese.
Yeah.
Just like the haters.
Hey.
Okay.
I guess you know how to solve the rat problem coming from the rat.
Because I am one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not call myself rat. I don't think that's an appropriate, for a judge. A rat judge? Come on, man. Okay.
Yep.
Do you believe in aliens?
It's weird, you know? It's like a wave with me. So like, you know, when like you're a kid, right? You see alien movies and things, and you're like, oh my god. Like,
I have proof. I have actual proof.
is that me and you or what?
No.
Is that's like our heights? That's like our heights.
My
when I
previous,
stand up.
my
That's not me and
previous,
you?
my previous guest and an alien, and he was on acid, and he drew this for me to like understand where his image was coming from.
Oh well, there you go. You didn't ask me if I did anything else to connect with the alien, so if I did something.
No, I'm just telling you, they're real.
Well, you just said he was on
drugs, yeah, but that doesn't make it any less real. It was real to him.
Well, if he's sober, has he seen this?
If you're tapped in.
You see? So you seen the alien sober?
I might have felt them.
Felt them? Where?
Yeah, I might have felt them. I might feel like
Is
one.
that ghost?
I might feel like
Is that paranormal activity? Is that
maybe.
ghost?
You gotta be
Somebody
open-minded
talking
to
to
this
you?
shit.
Somebody talking
No,
to you?
I'm not crazy.
Whispers?
No, I'm not schizophrenic.
Okay.
Don't take it to that level.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, people see ghosts.
I could be
don't
a
think
rat,
they're
but I can't
schizo.
be a crazy rat.
I don't think they're schizos. Well, you're drawing photos of me and you. It seems like
That's not me and you,
Yeah,
and I
it is me
didn't.
and you.
I can't
When
draw.
I'm
I
next
can't
to
draw
you.
me and you that good.
Well, I'm next to you, right? That's what you look like to me, and that's you. So
Wait, am I the balloon or am I the person?
take your pick. It's your show. Which one do you want to be?
I want to be the alien,
Yeah.
the rat alien.
Well, no, I've never seen any rat aliens, or I don't believe in those, so nah. But nah, it comes in waves though. Like I said, when I was a little kid, you know, you saw little alien movies, so you kind of thought that they were real, but then you kind of hit reality right when it wasn't Halloween.
Reality, right? No. We need to bring them back.
Bring them back.
We need to bring aliens back.
Well, what made them come here in the first place? Whatever that is.
I don't know. What I want to experiment more with them because they're dying off. They ain't making no films about aliens now.
Aren't there places that you can go?
Yeah.
Like
But I'll get locked up.
Area 50. What is?
You want me locked up?
What are you so afraid of?
Getting locked up.
Why?
Because then I can't say I'm a good person anymore because I got locked up.
Most.
Wait, people already think I'm not a good person without being in jail. So, go figure.
I'm pretty sure if you check a lot of people's backgrounds that are in power, you'll be surprised. That's all I can say.
Oh, I
You'll
know.
be surprised.
I know.
So then you could be next.
The most amazing artists are probably in jail.
So then what you waiting for? Maybe that's why we're still here. You
I
guys
know.
want to blow up? We know what to do.
End up in jail?
I mean, you just said most amazing artists, right? You want to get bigger. You're over here talking
That's
about
a
this.
fucking bright idea. Next episode, in jail.
Hey, or get a cop in here. You want to get arrested? You can do it.
I could just interview him without getting arrested.
Well, you can
That's a
also.
You guys, we need to make that happen. We're getting ops in here.
Man.
We're getting ops in here.
Sounds like I should be on the team, huh? I'm giving
Yeah,
you some
you're
ideas, huh?
giving me all sorts of ideas.
Girl, I'll blow your mind.
Whew.
You might even think I'm an alien after we get done having a conversation.
I already do.
Wow.
I already do.
Really? But not a rat alien.
Not a rat alien.
Thank
Not
you.
I'm the rat alien.
Put some respect on my name. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we could diss myself all we want
I
on here.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey. To each his own.
Right.
To each his own.
Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
That's a great philosophy to have in life. Cool. So, yeah. So that's what I feel about aliens. Any more? That's all you got?
No, I
Any
got more. I got more.
Yeah.
I got more. Way more. You kidding me? What's your favorite color? I'm joking. Okay, so going back to your childhood.
Let's go back.
No parents.
Nah.
What was school like? What was talking to younger, what's your young self? What's your young self? Take me back to your young self.
Take you back to what was school like? It was like having a secret that you don't know if people know. You know what I mean? Because obviously you gotta have field trips, right? So like, some point of the year when you go to school, like I went to my elementary, for 6 years, right? When you go there, right, you see everybody's parents, right? And then they don't see yours, So it's like I feel like people knew, and if they didn't know, then definitely knew that, like, my grandfather was with me, but yeah, you just never know. It's kind of weird looking back at it. Like, now I feel like, oh man, like, maybe I was like, maybe they knew, maybe they didn't. So it was weird. But I definitely knew the school, the school knew. Like, the staff, the administrators, they knew.
Did you get treated differently at all because of it?
Hell no.
They treated you worse.
You wanted that. I don't, like I told you, I don't really feel like they treated me worse, but like I told you, right? Other people had second chances, third chances, right? I was like, this is the rule, that's the rule, right? Other people were like, after talking to your mom or your dad, or after, us reconsider, whatever, right? We're gonna give you, but me. That's what it was like. So it was more like that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Sound a little bitter.
Do I?
Yeah.
Really?
We need to work that out. We need some therapy. How do we get this bitter off of us?
Really? I think.
Do you need the world to give you a chance, or are you giving the world a chance?
Well, I made it, and no one gave me a chance, so I don't need that. And I'm not giving the world a chance because I'm not hiring nobody right now. You know what I mean? And I'm not for sale. So, no. It's more about telling the truth and giving people the opportunity.
But you're a coach.
Yeah.
A coach is like a parent.
Mm-hmm.
All you do is give chances. Because you see their potential, but then they fall. Or they break something.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're going through something. Isn't that you giving them a chance? Isn't that you maybe being that parent that you didn't have?
Yeah, I'm not that type of coach. So.
Oh, you're a harsh one.
Nah, I'm just...
You're one that I would want to punch in the face if you were coaching my kid.
Yeah, probably.
Woo.
And then later in life, you'd realize why you were successful.
Oh, you're even harder than me.
And then you realize...
You're even harder than me.
Yeah?
But I hate those kind of people.
Do you?
Yes.
Really? So who guided you in your life?
Definitely not you.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Many different people. Many different people.
Maybe that's the problem. Sounds like you might need a coach. A good one.
Not a rough one.
A good one. Like I said, there's a lot of imposters and a lot of things that we do now, So, a good one.
Okay.
One that has results, right? I don't know if you would call this a result, but hey, it's a beginning.
Somewhere. It's better than I was 2 years ago.
Amazing. Hopefully you don't say that 2 years later.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Because I need results.
I like that. See? That's why you got the coach here. See what we just did?
Okay. So you mentioned basketball though.
I did.
Is that what you fell in love with? Basketball?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it was football to be exact. But football came right. I mean, basketball came right after football. So there's just something about basketball that I just like competing. Yeah. It's more.
What position were you as of playing football?
Quarterback.
Oh.
Wide receiver.
Fuck.
Corner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The most important person on the field, other than the kicker, of course.
Well, you said it, not me, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's nice to know we both agree on that.
Well, you're the motherfucker throwing the ball as they run. Isn't that very important to execute?
It can be. It can be. You could be a bad one too, though, and still throw the ball and not complete it.
Yeah. You could be a good one and still miss it.
You can.
Yeah.
So which one do you think I was?
The one that missed it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought so too. Nice.
Well, because you love basketball.
Yeah.
So that makes me think that you weren't that great at football. Logically speaking, that is, of course.
Is that logically speaking?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
That's interesting. What happens if I was a two-sport athlete?
You're a unicorn. It's very rare.
Damn.
But not impossible.
Do I have a horn coming out or... Fuck, a tail growing? It's like, you see Jumanji when you roll that dice, like, something coming out of me? I don't think. Well, thank you. I guess I'm a unicorn.
You were good at both.
Yeah, for sure.
But you were great at basketball.
No, I made a decision to just focus in on basketball because can't have both. All right.
That's true.
Can't have everything, like you said, right? Even me coaching and playing, right? It's hard to do both. So sometimes you have to make a decision of which one do you think, will that you want to focus in on, or that you think will.
And typically, it's the one you're better at. Typically, you're a unicorn. So maybe you went with the one that you were not as good at, but you're good at both.
Well,
so who am I to question?
Well, now you're gonna get something out of me over here, since you were over here. It wasn't really about that, There was, first off, I'm not trying to, down football, right? I love it, I feel like people should play it, but let's also be honest, right? The injury rate playing football, the concussion rate playing football. And those things were what played a factor in it to me. So that's why.
At least it wasn't wrestling.
What's wrong with wrestling?
It's just you, and you're probably gonna get even more hurt.
You think so?
It's more physical, of course.
Football is
pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you fucking have to literally stop each other from going ops.
And there's 11 grown men on the field that anything can happen at any point in time. The field, there's a lot of things that come into play. So,
do you coach football or just basketball?
I can. I mean, when I was at Davis and things like that, yeah, I coached like minor flag football leagues, right? But I kind of stay out of that. So, I'm a realistic person. You know what I mean? I don't go into other people's fields and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, right? You want me to be a doctor and just start prescribing people medicine? So sometimes it's crazy how like people do that, right? They go into other people's fields and then they think
I never done it myself or seen people do that, but I hear maybe, people do that, but I personally wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah.
I mean, maybe tap into alien doctrine, maybe, but that's pretty much it.
Well, I have to stay in my lane and respect others that do their lane. So that's why I wouldn't, on a youth level or a fun level, but nothing too serious, Other people deserve that job more than I do.
You also mentioned film.
Correct.
How did that come along?
I love movies. I love cameras. Not those cameras though, but I love just a camera where you could just shoot with.
Like the basic cameras, like a picture camera, like an old school picture camera, or what kind of camera are we talking about?
Simplicity, those type of cameras, right? It's like editing, you got.
Editing is not simple, my dude.
It's not, but
it's tedious and it has levels on them.
But you got simple editing programs though, and then you got tedious editing programs though. So we could do the same. Man, if you watch some of my films, it was created with some of the most basic things, and people can't believe it because you can't tell, right? So the same thing that tedious stuff can do, right? Like if you don't have to be tedious, you don't have to be tedious, So I just keep things simple. It's pretty easy when things are simple. Life is simple. Don't complicate it. You look like a complicator. So
I definitely am.
Yeah, I could tell because that was simple right there. You could even take simple. You're like, I want to.
Because it's not that simple. Because you have to fucking fight for everything that is yours and things for that aren't even yours.
See what I'm saying? It's simple because then when you make better choices. Right? Because in their life, you could probably think about the non-smart choices that led you there. Now, when you do the right thing and you make the choices and you really learn from your mistakes, it gets simple. When you keep saying the same thing, like I asked you before, are you going to say the same thing to me 2 years later? Right? So when you do those things, it's pretty simple, girl. It really is. I mean, I'm here and I have no parents, I have no nothing, right? It's pretty simple. I follow the blueprint.
So what are these films about? And how much views? How can you consider yourself successful?
Because I'm independent. You know what that means? There's no funding, and I've been here for 10 years. There's no big market, and I've still been here for 10 years. There's none of that stuff, and I'm still here. right? I've never. I'm about to start bragging, so never mind. Let me stay in my humble space right now.
You're living the dream because you're doing what you love.
It's not.
In other words, and yes, I agree. That is success. That is a form of success. That is true.
It's not just that though. It's not just that. It's not, doing what you love is one thing. The other thing is this, right? Have you had a 9-to-5 job before?
I haven't now.
Okay, I don't. I never had it. So that's what I'm saying, and I'm independent. You get what I'm saying to you, right? And I've always been covered. I've always had health. So that's what I'm saying to you, right? Simple.
I'm complex. I'm about team. I'm about getting my hands dirty with other people. We just got two different mentalities.
No,
and that's okay.
No,
that's okay.
Wait, no, we don't. What you mean? I play for a team game right now. I keep telling you that, and you keep thinking it's not that. I have team around me, right? I play basketball. That's a team, man. I've been playing for 20 years of my life. No, it's not. We are the same. It's that I also realize that you have to do things. You got to do what you got to do at the same time sometimes. And sometimes, just like the way you die, it has to be alone. That's just it, period. That's simple. You can complicate it and say team if you want. But then when you die, if I don't see your team next to you, I don't want to hear that stuff because that ain't true. That's it. See that? Like, I choose to accept the reality of it.
And you might be spot on because you know what? I'm still here where I was 2 years ago.
Only you know that, girl, not me.
Shit.
Thank you for
Amen to that. Amen to that. But I'm still going to stick to my fucking rules because why? Because I'm fucking insane.
See? And that's the choice that you made. So say those things. Say, I choose to be insane.
And I will die alone without my team and I can live with that because you know what?
Nice.
At least I was able to pour onto them, even if they didn't respect me. That's what I'm here for.
I love it. I love it. She really loves you guys, though. That's all that's coming out in this interview. She keeps saying it. So if there's ever any animosity or any questions, that you guys know it now. She's been saying it all throughout this interview. So I guess you guys have a melting point or a point. I can see it. I can feel it. So I think it's all good.
This guy is very wise because I really do love my fucking team.
I mean, life's simple. I keep telling you that, girl. You
cut the fucking team, right? Fucking team and I'll succeed. Is that what you're fucking telling me?
Nah, I would say when you say I'm wise, like it's not that hard to pick up on things.
Okay.
If you keep your eyes open. I mean, my eyes are open, even though they look closed.
Well, we can't even see if their clothes are open. You have glasses.
I see myself in the mirror. You can see my eyes.
No, I feel like you're kind of trying to not let me in. You're building a wall.
Well, this is why we have all of these cameras to see every angle.
No, but I like the angle, but I still can't see in his eye because he has glasses.
Well, that's why you have me.
Boom.
No.
Get them team.
Listen, it's more deeper than that.
Get her team. Get her team.
I guess that's what I get for having a team in the first place. Roasted.
Y'all gonna have a nice team meeting, team dinner
after,
That guy that came in there.
Make me look like a fucking fool. We gotta talk about that.
That guy that came up in there, you just ruffle some feathers, and I've been meaning to say that, huh? Like,
I'm pretty good.
So
I'm good.
Yeah, that's good.
I think I'm a good leader in my own ways.
Well, hopefully so. I hope so.
I hope so too.
I can't really speak on that, but I can say I hope you are, and I wish you the best if that's what you want to be.
Yeah. So. A leader?
If that's what you want to be.
Not a coach leader. Just a leader.
You're taking shots, huh?
That's a big responsibility to have.
I mean, I didn't become a coach because I wanted to become a coach. The only thing I wanted to do is be an athlete, is be a professional athlete and go to school. Right? That's the only thing I want to do. Everything else came as a product of me chasing my dream. So I didn't want to become a coach. But we had a senior project, if you know it, if you went to California schools, who knows where you came from. But so we had a senior project, right?
Fucking weirdo outside.
And aliens and all these things. Who knows where you came from, right? You told me, oh, there's aliens. He's on what? He's on what? Is he sober? But so yeah, we had a senior project. They were like, "Yo, you can't play basketball no more." And I was like, "What? Well, what am I gonna do?" So I saw one of my friends were like, he's like, oh, you can coach. And I was like, really? So I could still be around basketball, I could still shoot, and I did it, and I just happened to be good at it. And from that time on, it just kept growing. And then just, again, it's kind of like basketball, just a smooth transition for me. So that's how it happened. It wasn't like, I want to be like this. It was more like, I feel like I was good at something, I was good at that. Right, and I was helping people out, and I was teaching people to do things the right way. So, just something that just continued, and the demand grew.
No, I know that a lot of your teammates or people you coach have potential, right? That gets thrown out a lot. Like,
for sure,
you have potential.
For sure.
But how do you know when they have talent?
I mean, isn't potential basically saying you got talent? Like it turned into...
I mean, everybody has potential. But talent, that's undeniable.
But you can't see if people have... Sometimes you can't see if they have potential unless you get to know them better, you know? Or you can't see if they have talent to get to know them better, right? So like, for example, right? You probably didn't know who I was when I got on here.
I still don't know who you were.
I look pretty laid back, pretty calm, but I'm pretty sure like once you get done with this, you'll recognize some things that, like you said, right, as me being a coach on here, you've never interviewed before. So it's just the same way. Once you dissect people more, then you can pretty much figure out what that is and how to harness it and where it should go. Because sometimes I think people have potential and they have to go like this way, right? But sometimes you might have to go
the other way.
Exactly. You just might have to, because that's where your potential and your talent.
There's no one way. There's multiple ways.
Yeah, exactly. There's multiple ways.
Yeah. To achieve the same goal.
To achieve the same goal.
Or even different. Who knows? But it's many clouds in that sky. It's many directions.
So then why do we get a one-track mind then?
We don't.
You sure?
Yeah.
Really?
Your mind's different than my mind.
No.
Now there's one motivation.
Yeah.
But there's many minds.
I don't know about that. When people meet me and I tell them, like I tell you, right? I do this. They think, like you say, right? Well, how are you successful? How you do this if you don't have that? You see that? They're already thinking in a one-track mind. I gotta break it down and tell them, like I told you, hey, you got 95, right? Hey,
well, success is viewed differently. There's obviously a society way to view success, but then there's other kinds of success and other types, and people measure it different ways. So is there really a fucking one way to decide if that person is successful or not? No. Like, you could think I failed, or you could think I succeeded. It varies. Just like I could think you're hot, or somebody else can think you're not. We're still talking about one person.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna think I'm not, but
I'm just saying.
I got you. I think, you know, when you were saying that, I was kind of thinking like, nah, but you know what? You know how I would define success is if you are living your talent and you're producing that talent, right? So if you think that you're a talented host, team leader, right? But you ain't doing that. You working at KFC, you're working at Burger King, that's not success to me, right? If you're telling me you're talented and you're doing it, right? You're doing it, you're doing some type of, you know what I mean? You're creating some type of momentum, right? Even if it's on like this, whatever that keeps you doing it, I would say that I consider that success. Success would be like when I see people and they're not using their talent. They're not using their potential, right? So I think that like when you said that, I didn't have a definition, but then when I heard you talk, I was kind of like, you know what? That's what I think that is for right now. But that's what I think it is, right? So because when I see people sometimes and they're not doing their talent, then I think like, right? But you're right. If you're creating momentum and you're doing your talent, but you create momentum, some type of buzz, some type of whatever, you're performing at like, I don't know, the local improv, I don't care. You're still doing your talent and you're creating momentum and you're still, you know, still fresh with it. 2 thumbs up. That's what I feel. So.
Any last thing you want to share with us before we finito this conversation.
Finito. What
Yeah,
language is
finito.
that?
Finish.
What
It's some
language is
kind of other language. I don't know.
I never heard
Italian?
that.
Is it Italian? Finito? Finnish?
I never heard.
I
that
don't know.
before.
Maybe I'm making this shit up.
I think you are team
Yeah.
leader.
Yeah.
Sounds Italian.
Yeah.
It's a Jeanette Grind
Finito.
finito.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
Nah, I'm just gonna say thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you to your crew. I know I kind of talked to all you guys at the same time, so please forgive me. But no, thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me answer the question on the B, and best of luck to you, and I appreciate you. So,
Famous last words.
famous last words. No last words at all, but just if you want to be one of a kind, stay in your grind.
Where can they find you?
I think you have my contact information.
Okay, we'll put it somewhere
But
here. How to find them.
now you go youtube.com/capital the letter B strip STRIP as in get naked and
Strip. Get naked. Not only that,
yeah
it's gonna be on his social media or something, right?
Yeah.
Because
No.
he's recording too.
yeah. Well, that's actually for my memories. That helps me get
Are you
better.
ashamed?
No, it helps me get better.
He's ashamed of being on the YouGrind, you guys. Anyways, subscribe to him, subscribe to me. I have had enough. I'm going, bye. I like you, Mr.
Right.
Business.